What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Rocco's Kitchen. Now, it pains me to say, today we're going to stray a little bit away from the Italian food. And it's more of an American Alfredo, mac and cheese, something everybody loves. Now, this is one that I really love. It's going to be a Gouda and bacon mac and cheese with orchetta. And we're going to finish that with a little bit of smoked paprika. But, salute. I'm going to give you a closer look at what you're going to need for this. For our cheese sauce, we're going to use 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of flour to make a roux to thicken it up real nice. A pint of heavy cream. And I got a nice little block of Gouda here. I'm going to shred that up. That's going to be about 2 cups or so of some Gouda. And that's your sauce. And then you're going to need a pound of bacon, like the thick cut. We got a box of orchetta pasta. I'm not making pasta from scratch today, but that's going to do just fine. I'm going to finish that with a little smoked paprika. You want to get a nice quality smoked paprika. Some of them don't taste that good. It looks metallic if it's cheap and whatnot. But that McCormick's is good stuff right there. And that is all you need. So we're going to start. We're going to get a pan on some medium heat. We're going to take this bacon and slice it up. I like to go pretty thick on that. I like some nice big pieces of bacon in there. Like so. It's going to shrink a little bit when you cook it. So while we're just going to get that on medium heat and let that render down. Get that bacon nice and cooked. Then we're going to put that onto a paper towel, strain some of the fat off, and while that's rendering, I'm going to shred up this cheese. So I got my pan on. And go drop that bacon in. The pan is nice and warm. And go straight in with that bacon. You don't need oil or anything for that, because that fat's going to come out of that bacon and be all the oil you need. Oop. Turn that down a little bit and just let that cook kind of slow until it gets nice and crispy, or however crispy you like it. Now our bacon's rendering, so we're going to grate this cheese up. Just going to take that red plastic off of the outside of the Gouda. Grate that up. Now I like this doing the Gouda and bacon, but really you could use whatever cheese your little heart desires, as long as it's a nice melting cheese. If you want to just make it like a cheddar sauce, same principles. But alright, so we'll get that all grated up and get that bacon rendered, and we'll start our sauce. We'll get back to you in just a little bit. Great, so got my bacon out of the pan. Just going to go right back into that same pan, make my roux. I'm not going to worry about those little bits of bacon that are still stuck to the bottom. That's just going to add some more delicious flavor to it. We'll melt that butter up, medium low heat. That's melted. We'll add the flour. And just cook that flour for about a minute on low heat, just to get that flour taste out of there. The longer you cook that flour, the nuttier it's going to get, and the darker it's going to get. Okay. Just mix that all together. Now, if you're doing this, like, you could add enough cheese to where it gets thick, right? But if you add too much cheese, it'll get gritty. You'll see we got all that cheese grated up. I'm not just going to throw it all in. I'm just going to add what we need to give it a nice flavor, because it's real easy to want to put a lot of cheese in and then you end up with a real gritty sauce when it could have been nice and smooth. When the flour's cooking, just pop open our heavy cream. That's almost ready to go. Doesn't take long. Raise it up a little bit. Oh, also we got a pot in the back corner over here, heavily salted with water for our pasta. I'm going to turn that on at this time as well. See how it's darkening up a little bit? Get like a nutty smell from that? You're ready to go. Now we're going to add our cream. Stir that in. Make sure you're stirring so you don't get lots of clumps. We're going to just let that come up to a simmer and add our cheese. Actually, gonna take a whisk of that guy. Just make sure to break up all that flour. We don't want it clumpy. Oops. We'll get that later. This is super simple. And pretty quick. Very quick. It's not take long at all. You see those little brown bits in there? That's not clumps of flour. That's that bacon fran is what it's called. That stuff that sticks to the bottom of the pan when you're cooking your bacon. And that's just a whole mess of flavor right there. Well, it's coming to a simmer, and you can see it's already thickening up from your roux. Now, go ahead, just toss in a handful of cheese, that Gouda. That is looking good. We'll go a little more. Maybe about half of what we already added. Down a little bit. Let's give it a taste. Awesome. Very Gouda-y. Gouda-esque. Just going to add a little bit of salt. Cheese has got a good bit of salt content, so we're not going to add too much. Just a little pinch. Also, your bacon's got some salt to it, too. Now, we're just going to do let's do 4 little dashes of some smoked paprika. It goes a long way. It's very, very flavorful. Oh yeah, I can already smell that. That's ready. Throw our bacon back in. Another little stir. And you got a nice mac and cheese sauce right there. Look at that. Super thick, super creamy. Nice and smooth. Do one more. Maybe splash of smoked paprika. That's good stuff. Little trick. If you don't have bacon, you can put smoked paprika in something and it makes it taste like bacon. All that smokiness. Now, I'm just going to kill the heat on that right now because I'm still waiting for the water to come to a boil for my pasta. Once that does, we'll cook that pasta, mix those two together, and we're ready to go have some dinner. So if you guys want, I'll give you a little bonus too for a nice little garnish. It's going to take it over the top. Your friends will be like, oh shit, look at this. Check this out. Alright, so we're just going to toast up some panko breadcrumbs to top it with. It'll give it a nice crunch to it, add a whole other texture to your mac and cheese. So you just got some butter melted. Add our breadcrumbs. Get them nice and coated with the butter. Go about medium heat. I'm just going to give them a little toast. Just season it too with a little salt. A little pepper. And now, this is super easy, and it really does take that dish to a whole other level, adding a completely different texture to it. See, it's already starting to brown up. It'll be nice. Buttery little breadcrumbs. Sit for just a minute and get toasty. See that? Oh yeah, that's good stuff. You could even cut up some like rosemary or whatever, nice herb, throw that in there too. Look at that. That's all it takes. Now you got a nice, beautiful little garnish. It's going to add a whole other layer to your dish. Our water came to a boil. And drop that horchata in. You just want to make sure you stir that pretty vigorously when you first drop it in, and then periodically while it's cooking, so it doesn't stick together, like the Gouda, together. Horchata likes to stick inside of itself. You'll end up with a couple of them all stuck together. So just keep giving it little stirs here and there until it's done. Strain that off. We'll put this dish together. The pasta is done, so I'm going to kill the heat on that. Before I strain it though, I'm going to take just a couple, maybe a tablespoon or two of the cooking water, throw it in my sauce. I got my sauce on low, just warming up over here, getting ready for the pasta. We'll strain that. Water come off. Go into the pan with our pasta. Bring that heat up to about medium. Just gonna let that cheese sauce coat these noodles. Orchetta. You're ready to go, my friend. Nice, delicious, cheesy mac and cheese. Lots of bacon, lots of smoke flavor. It's gonna be super good. Let's plate this up. Alright, you ready for this? Nice big scoop. Super cheesy. Now, if you stuck around for the bonus, we'll take some of those breadcrumbs. Look how pretty that is. Give it a little crunch. And there you have it. There you have it, guys. The most delicious mac and cheese you will ever eat. Gouda mac and cheese with bacon, smoked paprika, and if you stuck around for the bonus, toasted panko breadcrumbs. That, I'm gonna have to kick you out. But I'm ready to eat. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe. Salute. See you next time in Rocco's Kitchen.